Richmond International Raceway will play host to the first NASCAR Inside Line custom season night race today. We'll be running a special one of the custom-made paint schemes I made, themed after a Denver Broncos uniform. As just a recap from Tuesday's race at Bristol, unfortunately we ended up finishing 35th or 42nd, even though we came across the line 35th after getting banged up in a lot of crashes and 17 caution flags. By the way, Denny Hamlin ends up getting his second win of the year. Let's go ahead and take you around for a couple laps at Richmond. So Richmond International Speedway is a D-shaped 3/4 miles oval in Richmond, Virginia. And let's take you around. So, coming to the green flag, you want to keep the car as close to the wall as you can and then dive down to the bottom of the racetrack. Keep that car glued to the bottom as tight as you can. Then you do the same thing over in turn 2. Let the car kind of creep towards the wall and then dive it back down into turn 3. Then you let the car roll off of turn 4. And that will do the same again here. Typically with day races, you might see some cars maybe try different lines. But at night, when the temps are cool, the sparks are flying, everybody's going to be fighting for that bottom. Especially in the playoff race at Richmond. That won't be for a while, probably. Let's look at the unofficial results and just show off the top 10. So Dylan Murway and Denny Hamlin will be on the front row. Martin Truex and Jimmy Johnson will be in row 2. Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards will be in row 3. Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart will be in row 4. And Brad Keselowski and Jeff Gordon will round out the top 10. Pace car is off, ready for the first night race. 80 laps tonight at Richmond. Let's go racing. Dylan Murway earns a bonus point towards the chase as by leading this lap, looking to rebound after a disappointing finish last week at Bristol, or Tuesday at Bristol. He will lead another lap here as he continues to gap the 56 of Martin Truex. In second looks like Matt Kenseth has moved up to third. Denny Hamlin shuffling to fourth. Back there. Sorry, yeah, he's using fourth as we speak. Dylan Murray continuing to pull away from the 56 of Truex. 2 1/4 seconds this time. And continuing to pull away here. 6 laps complete. We have led every single one of them so far. As we're slowly starting to pull away from Truex, the field is starting to socially distance themselves, if you will. See on the map on the left side of the screen, everybody's kind of grouped off into their little pods. As they're all mostly riding around the bottom of the racetrack right now. Is we actually are growing our lead bit by bit there as we pull off turn 4. We are probably a little over 3.5 seconds ahead of Truex. And the lead continues to grow. There's a little pot of 2 over in turn 1. Dylan Murray edging away from the leaders. Joe Nemechek, Josh Wise, currently the first 2 cars that could very well go a lap down because Dylan Murray's put on amazing, pretty much a blistering pace right now. Dylan Murray ducks right under Nemechek, puts them both a lap down. Nemechek in the 26 of Josh Wise is we have ran the first 10 laps caution free. We are working lap 11 as we speak. Dylan Murray will duck under Robbie Gordon and Michael McDowell for a spot. Typically, compared to your other racetracks, like short tracks on the circuit, like Bristol and Martinsville, you're usually going to see a bit more in terms of green flag runs versus the cautions and the slam bam racing we saw Tuesday. In terms of racing. However, you're still going to see the bumping and grinding. You're still definitely going to see the gouging of people out of the way. As Martin Truex is sitting in second right now, he's slowly entering his way into the could get in on points category. However, if he wins tonight, he is a automatic lock for the chase. Even though Denny Hamlin stopped the streak of 6 straight of different winners at 6 to open up the season. However, if we have more than 16 different winners, we will go by points. If the drivers outside still have 1 or 2 wins, but if everybody's the same, we'll go by top 5s and top 10s. Dylan Murray continues to lap both Bobby Labonte and Austin Dillon, putting multiple drivers a lap down. See, he's going to have Regan Smith in his crosshairs very shortly. So that's 13 cars a lap down. If a caution were to come out, if a caution were to come out now, Danica Patrick would be a free pass car. So now we have 12 cars a lap down. As you got the 27 Paul Menard in his sights. At 13, so 15 cars are a lap down. And probably get to 16 here shortly. Trying to negotiate our way past the 27 Paul Menard. Put him a lap down as well. In fact, I think if things keep going the way they are, we could lap probably half the field by green flag stops. Dylan Murray goes under Marcus Ambrose. He is pretty much checked out to another zip code. Martin Truex sits in second as we speak. 17 seconds back. Dylan Murray tries to put Kurt Busch a lap down. Kurt Busch fighting pretty hard in 51. Dylan Murray ducks right under the 30 David Stremme. Puts him a lap down. As you got several more cars going to pit road to probably begin the first wave of green flag stops, being led by the 11 Denny Hamlin. Casey Kane comes down. There's more cars coming into pit road. Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth. I believe in terms of cars that are staying up now, looks like Martin Truex and Brad Keselowski. They're peeling off pit road, off the track. Sorry. No, it was Joe Nemechek and Keselowski. Only 4 cars are a lap down as we speak. Three cars. As cars are checking up. Just put the... Ah, damn. No fuel this time. Tires look fine. Okay, buddy. We're ready for you. So we just slid our tires way too fast into pit road, so that'll probably be a pass-through. Okay, boys, here we go. Okay, guess not. Way to go, boys. Nice pit stop. Okay, go get them, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting your mark. So it looks like, not sure if there's a couple back markers that I must have missed that didn't come down pit road. Really good, a lot of debris in turn 4. Danica Patrick will come down pit road, which means we'll take the lead right back. Castle will go a lap down. Quapple will go a lap down. As we have basically ran the first portion of this race caution-free, and the longest we went without a yellow until basically the white flag, until 2 laps to go, was back in California earlier this year. Across under Gilliland put him a lap down. As we continue to dominate. And it looks like we have a full lap on Scott Speed. And now a full lap on the 29 of Harvick. Which means if a caution were to come out, Harvick would be the free pass car, and virtually everyone behind me would take the wave around. Scott Speed making his way back onto the racetrack. As so we're about to approach Austin Dillon, probably put him another lap down. He's in 33rd, ironically matching his car number. By Regan Smith, Trevor Bain, and Eric Amarola. Put them a lap down. So there have been a couple scratches on this thing. We have been caution-free up to this point. Putting more cars lap down. So 13 cars, probably gonna put another. We're gonna put another lap behind. Dylan Murway, he's been fast tonight so far. He's led pretty much the entire race and has not been passed so far at all under green flag conditions. He is just tearing up this field. Nearly put the entire field a lap down before green flag stops. As we're getting close to halfway, we've ran the entire first half of this race caution-free, which, if you ask me, compared to Tuesday, it's a welcoming sight. Kevin Harvick currently sits a lap behind in second. In fact, judging by the way this has been, he'll probably be a couple laps behind by the time this is over. Dylan Murray getting a little tight with Paul Menard. Going to put another group of cars. Josh Wise sitting in 42nd, holding up the 6 of Stenhouse. Getting a little dicey, 3 wide. We're going to pass them both. Pass them all probably in turn 3. Nemechek sitting there in probably in 43rd, ahead of Casey Kane and Kurt Busch, 51 and 5. We have completed 39 laps in this race. We're about to complete lap 40. Ooh, wow. All right. Casey Kane trying to fight to get one of his laps back. You'll probably have a lot of cars be taking wave rounds in this race if a caution were to come out. And by a lot of cars, I mean probably the whole field. As Dylan Murray is putting an absolute statement out, is he looks to join Denny Hamlin as the only driver this season to win multiple races in this early stretch of the year. Denny Hamlin won Texas and Bristol. Dylan Murray got his first win as Murray Racing back at Phoenix in March. He's looking to win tonight, or the first Phoenix race. I'm sorry. He is looking to add a second win of the year tonight. 42 laps complete, about to complete lap 43, as Dylan Murray is still 1 lap ahead of Kevin Harvick. Look at the domination right now. Dylan Murray is still lapping everybody like it's nothing. It's by Truex, Stewart, and probably the 11 and Denny Hamlin very shortly. Hamlin trying to go to the middle. He may have had some damage from racing in the back of the pack there as he bull rushes his way past Robbie Gordon, trying to fight to stay on the lead lap. Look at all the cars that are a lap down, at least, if not more. Got one car coming down to pit road. It is Jeff Gordon. Looks like he may start the wave of green flag stops. So will Johnson and probably, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Busch will get on the pit road. Busch got and Edwards got on pretty late there. Kenseth and Hamlin will get on pit road. We have 33 laps to go tonight in the VFW 400. Dylan Murray is putting an absolute clinic out on the racetrack as we speak. He is the only car that's a lap ahead. He's probably going to be 2 laps ahead here very shortly as Kevin Harvick comes down pit road. 2 laps down. The largest amount of victory in NASCAR's modern era of racing, all the way back in 1994 when Hoosier was still a tire in this sport, with Jeff Bodine at North Wilkesboro. 31 laps complete here in the VFW 400. Dylan Murray has led every single one of them. 30 to go at this point. Dylan Murray has led every single lap up to this point.
Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it.
As compared to Bristol, it's been clean. Other than that, there's little bits and pieces of debris on the racetrack, probably from the water barrels after the late pit road entry by Dylan Murray, which somehow wasn't penalized by NASCAR. Juan Pablo Montoya is 2 laps down. Paul Menard moves to second. Four and fuel, 2 laps ahead of the leader. That's how far ahead Dylan is. Yikes. This is unheard of almost.
Okay, boys. Safe and smart. Here we go.
Okay, Google, what is the largest margin of victory in NASCAR history? So, in all-time NASCAR history, the largest race margin of victory was 14 laps. Won way back in the 1960s by Dale Jarrett. We're still caution free.
Clear right side. Car in front heading
At
to
this
the pit.
point, several cars coming into pit lane. Stremme smoking his tires there.
Go high. High side's clear.
Gotta probably be thinking about possible mechanical parts breaking because this is the furthest we've gone in any of these races, in any Richmond race in the modern era, without a caution, out of major accident. You know, we haven't even had any spins today. That's how clean this race has been. As Paul Menard is about to pit, I believe. Yeah, he's peeling off turn 2. But go ahead and put him 1 lap down. In a race that has been fairly dominated by one car, Dylan Murway has led all 58 laps. The last time a driver in the Cup Series led wire to wire, or in the modern era, anytime anybody led wire to wire, was Joey Logano in the NASCAR Busch Series at Bristol back in 2015, where he led all 300 laps, and we almost threw that impressive streak away with David Stremme. As we're going to cross him again. And we're going back to a 2-lap gap on the 18 of Kyle Busch. Just dominance right now by the 25. Dylan Murway has led pretty much wire to wire this entire race with a 2-lap gap minimum on the field. No caution flags. Last time there was a caution-free race in NASCAR's modern era obviously was back in 2002 at Talladega in the EA Sports 500, obviously famous for Hendrick Motorsports having a complete meltdown during the race. With no Hendrick car cracking the top 35. Jeff Gordon having engine issues. Jimmy Johnson having engine issues. Ken Schrader had engine issues as well. And so did the 10 of Johnny Benson. And look at the dominance. Look at that. 2 laps. And the guy who won said caution-free race, Dale Earnhardt Jr. In 17th. Okay, I think if this keeps up, we might see Dylan Murway winning by 3 laps in this race. Just absolute domination so far tonight here at Richmond by Dylan Murway into 25. Crosses under Junior, puts him a lap down. We'll put the 87 in Nemechek a lap down. Or another lap down, I'm sorry. Most of these cars are at least a lap down or more. And by most, I mean all. Of these cars. Trevor Bayne in the 21 coming back on. Casey Mears in the 13. Him a lap down. Look at all the cars. You got 4 cars up ahead. You got Busch, Kane, Stenhouse, and I believe the 83 of Castle. Yeah, it's the 83. And the best part, most of these cars, none of them have had bumper damage. None of these cars had bumper issues. And we almost had one there with Kurt Busch as we're getting a little tight. Dylan Murray still dominates. His car is dominating. Carl Edwards is taking the second spot. See a car coming into pit lane. Clint Boyer entering for another on green flag stop. Probably the final one of the night if things keep going the way they are. As Dylan Murray will put another car a lap, two more cars a lap down, or another lap behind. Eric Almirola in the 43 Charter Ford. Casey Kane in the 5 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. 11 laps to go tonight at Richmond. Dylan Murray has led every single lap in this race. This is like a shutout in football when you shut out a team by a large margin, basically. A dominating performance like this. 2 laps down. I think Dylan Murray is probably going to try to put the entire field 3 laps off the pace, judging by the way he's been racing tonight. He's been out front and just dominating everybody. Dylan Murray has also clinched most laps led as well with 71 here at Richmond with 8 laps to go. Sorry, 9 to go as we speak. Two-lap Truex has moved to second as cars are doing their final round of green flag stops. Dylan Murray will put Keselowski lap down, followed by the 22 Cornish. Maybe another lap down. 2 laps down. Tony Stewart going a lap down. Sam Hornish up in 20th, or 21st. Or was in 21st here. As we just put Martin Truex 3 laps down. If there's no caution, a lot of cars are going to be taking the wave around as Dylan Murray has basically packed his bags and shown up in the Talladega camping lot next week. That's how fast this race has gone by. Five laps to go. Three laps to go. So Paul Menard in second. 4 to go. Actually, I think if this keeps up the way it is, Dylan Murray is going to have a 3-lap victory, which is the largest in NASCAR's modern era, historically, with one brand of tire. As Dylan Murray will take 3 laps to go. He's going to make it on fuel. He doesn't need to stop. Two laps left here at Richmond. As Dylan Murray will charge it in on the Austin Dillon and Danica Patrick. She's having a great run tonight in third. As we're coming off of turn 4, Dylan Murray is going to see the white flag tonight at Richmond. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank. What a clinic Dylan Murray has put on tonight. This entire race has gone caution-free, wreck-free,
Nice and smooth. You're way out in front. Use that clean
no
air.
issues, and Dylan Murway will win tonight at Richmond,
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Way to go, buddy. Great job. Awesome. Awesome, buddy.
leading every single lap.
NASCAR, excellent job. All day long. Way to get it done, man. It doesn't get much better than that. Now let's keep it going for the next race.
And look at some of the names in the top 10. Austin Dillon ends up third, 4 laps down. Danica Patrick, Scott Speed. Danica Patrick with a nice run tonight. She ends up 4th. Scott Speed's 5th. Both the BK Racing cars are in the top 10. Carl Edwards ends up 8th. Kyle Busch ends up 9th. Matt Kenseth ends up 10th. And a lot of good names. Jeff Gordon with a nice run. Jimmy Johnson. Martin Truex pit late, ended up 15th. Tony Stewart, 18th. And you see more drivers. Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 22nd, 5 laps down. Joey Logano with a tough go tonight. He's in 36th. Greg Biffle with probably an even worse go of it tonight, 33rd. Mark Martin. Not a good race for him. 6 laps down in 41st. This race probably only has maybe a couple highlights. Cars banging into each other. So I'm still wondering how the barrels were out there like that. What a dominating race by Dylan Murway. Winning by 3 laps. The last place car was 6 laps down. Wow. So, anyways, tune in next Tuesday at Talladega for next week's races. So, Tuesday at noon Eastern will be the Aaron's 499. And Saturday at 1 Eastern will be the Charlotte 300 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. 37 laps on Tuesday, 80 laps on Saturday, followed by a breakup race at Darlington, followed by a couple weeks break, followed by a race at Darlington on Tuesday, and the Coke 600 on Saturday. Next 4 races. Have a great night, everybody.